Stop making these 10 common English mistakes in your English learning journey. Number 1. Trying to memorize every word. Many learners make the mistake of trying to memorize long lists of words. They believe that if they can remember as many words as possible, their English will improve quickly. However, this approach often leads to frustration because it doesn't help with using those words in everyday conversation. Memorizing words in isolation can make it hard to recall and use them in context. Instead of memorizing single words, focus on learning words within sentences or phrases. For example, when you learn the word delicious, don't just memorize the word. Learn the sentence, "This pizza is delicious," so you can use it in a conversation. By using words in context, you'll understand how they fit into natural speech patterns. The key is to use the word immediately after learning it. Try using it in your conversations or even think of situations where you could use the word. This method helps reinforce your memory and makes the word feel more natural. Number 2, not practicing speaking enough. It's common for learners to focus primarily on reading and writing in English and neglect speaking practice. Speaking is a skill that requires frequent practice to develop fluency and confidence. Even if you are good at reading and writing, the lack of speaking practice can make it difficult to hold conversations when needed. To improve your speaking skills, try to make it a daily habit. Speak out loud, even if you're alone. You can talk to yourself in the mirror, or record yourself speaking and listen to it, to evaluate your pronunciation and fluency. Joining online language groups or finding a speaking partner can be an effective way to practice with others. Shadowing is another great method. By repeating phrases you hear from native speakers in movies, TV shows, or YouTube videos, you improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and overall speaking fluency. Number 3. Being afraid of making mistakes. Fear of making mistakes is one of the biggest barriers to language learning. Many learners are hesitant to speak because they worry about making errors. However, mistakes are an essential part of the learning process. Even native speakers make mistakes in their own language. Rather than being discouraged by mistakes, view them as opportunities to learn. The more you speak, the more you'll reduce your mistakes over time. To overcome the fear of making mistakes, practice in a safe and supportive environment. Find someone you trust, like a teacher or a friend, who can encourage and correct you without judgment. This support will help build your confidence. Remember, communication is more important than perfection. As long as you're making an effort to communicate, people will appreciate your attempt, even if you make a few mistakes along the way. Number 4. No consistency in learning. Learning a language requires regular, consistent practice. Many learners start strong but lose motivation after a few days or weeks. This inconsistency can make it harder to retain what you've learned and slow down your progress. Setting aside time each day, even just 10 to 15 minutes, can be more effective than cramming once a week. The key is to make English a part of your daily routine. Create a study plan that fits your schedule. For example, listen to an English podcast while commuting, or spend a few minutes reading a short article in English each day. By practicing daily, even for short periods, you'll make steady progress and reinforce what you've learned. Small, consistent efforts add up over time, leading to significant improvements in your language skills. Number 5. Translating everything from your language. Directly translating sentences from your native language to English can lead to awkward, unnatural sentences. This is because different languages have different sentence structures, idiomatic expressions, and word choices. Rather than translating word for word, try to think directly in English. This may seem difficult at first, but with practice it will become easier. A good way to start thinking in English is to describe your daily activities in English. For instance, when you wake up, instead of thinking, "I need to brush my teeth" in your native language, try thinking it in English. As you practice this technique, you'll begin to think in English naturally, which will help you speak more fluently. Number 6. Ignoring listening practice. Listening comprehension is a crucial skill in language learning. Many learners focus too much on reading and writing, while neglecting their listening skills. However, listening helps you understand how native speakers use the language in real life. If you don't practice listening, you may struggle to understand spoken English, especially when people speak quickly or with various accents. To improve your listening skills, immerse yourself in English audio. Watch English language movies, listen to podcasts, or follow YouTube channels in English. At first, it's helpful to use subtitles. But as you get better, challenge yourself to listen without them. Number 7. Not using what you learn. One of the most common mistakes is learning new words or grammar, but not using them in real-life situations. Without applying what you learn, it becomes easy to forget. The key to reinforcing new knowledge is to use it as soon as possible. If you learn a new word or phrase, use it in your daily conversations or write a sentence with it. Share your new knowledge with friends, or even use it in social media posts. The more you use the language, the better you'll remember it and integrate it into your vocabulary. Even if you make mistakes, practicing will help you improve. Number 8. Sticking only to textbooks. While textbooks are useful, they often present language in an overly formal or rigid way, which may not reflect the way people actually speak in everyday conversations. Relying only on textbooks can limit your exposure to real-world English. To learn more natural conversational English, expose yourself to a variety of sources. Read news articles, watch TV shows or vlogs, and try to engage with native speakers. By doing so, you'll encounter idiomatic expressions, slang, and informal language that you may not find in a textbook. Number 9. Not asking for help. However, asking for help is an important part of the learning process. If you don't understand something, reach out to a teacher, tutor, friend, or language exchange partner. There are many online communities and forums where you can ask questions and receive feedback. Additionally, there are many free resources available, such as language exchange programs or apps, that can provide extra support. Don't hesitate to ask for clarification or guidance when you need it. Learning from others' experiences can help you avoid common mistakes and make faster progress. Number 10. Giving up too soon. Learning English, like any other skill, takes time and perseverance. Many learners give up too quickly because they feel they aren't improving fast enough. It's important to understand that progress in language learning is gradual and not always immediately visible. Don't compare yourself to others. Everyone learns at their own pace. If you feel stuck, try changing your learning methods. Experiment with different activities like listening to new types of media, practicing with new speaking exercises, or joining a new study group. Remember, consistency and patience are key. Keep going, stay motivated, and remind yourself why you started learning English in the first place. Final thoughts. Improving your English isn't just about memorizing grammar rules or vocabulary. It's about consistent, practical learning. By avoiding these common mistakes, you'll become a more confident and effective English speaker. Embrace the journey, keep practicing, and enjoy the process of learning. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like. Share what is the hardest part in your language learning journey in the comments below, and subscribe for have fun together.